Okay. Oh, hey, thanks, Now Spicy Cat Lady. Appreciate the early support. That's awesome. Just kind of getting everything set up here, and hopefully we'll have some guests coming in soon, and we can have some debates. Thanks, Carl. Love you too. Okay. We'll throw this up there just so people know as they're coming in. Hi, Yana. So yeah, as always, looking to talk to folks who are 18 plus that have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe that a God exists. Preferably talking to people who believe in the Christian, Muslim, or Jewish God. So if that sounds like you, if you're an adult that believes in one of those gods and you have some argument or evidence that you think should be compelling, feel free to request. I'd be happy to chat. Hi, Andy. Glad to have you here. Appreciate you. That, and then there. No, it says queen. It's a xenomorph shirt. Xenomorph queen. I honestly don't like Slayer because they are not like heavy enough. Well, it's not a queen like the band. It's queen like a xenomorph queen, right? It's a I don't know. I was gonna say it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Dying Fetus is okay. Also kind of like, I don't know, not my bag. I'm more into like Deeds of Flesh, Origin, Gorgasm. Hey, Pokey. Thank you for the support, everybody. Super awesome to see so much. Oh, I know people in Pyrexia. That's funny. So nice to see early support from everybody. Thank you so much. Neurospicy Cat Lady, Yana, Alan Gibson, 24 Carat. Again, Yana, thank you. 24 Carat again, Lem, Lupine, Lem again, Pokey. I really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. I don't know who that is, Kerr. But yeah, if you are an adult, you believe that, if you believe in the God of Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, and you have some argument or evidence, feel free to request. Super stoked that I get to be your soundtrack for your commute, Andy. That's nice. I'm not like a huge fan of Immolation or Cryptopsy. However, I will say the dudes in Immolation are like the coolest fucking guys ever. One time my band was opening for Immolation and I asked my bassist to go grab some of my gear. And when he came back out, somebody was helping him carry stuff. And I looked over and who was helping him carry it? The fucking drummer from Immolation was like fucking drum teching my gear when my band was the local opener. I mean, this was years ago, but like, that's fucking amazing. And he's done that. I've seen him do that multiple times. I played a show one time where he did that. He basically was drum tech for like 3 or 4 opening local bands, and then he played his own set. Like, it was fucking crazy. Yeah, Steve, I can never remember how to pronounce his last name. Shalady, whatever his last name is. But either way, Steve from Immolation is a fucking top-notch human. Those guys in that band are the gentlemen of death metal. But anyway, yeah, John Longstreth is my favorite drummer of all time. Probably, I think every single time I've ever talked to him, I feel like a fucking little kid. I don't know what to do. But yeah, I'm hoping that some folks request. Currently don't have anybody requesting. So if you believe in a God, specifically the God of Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, and you have some argument or evidence for their existence, as long as you're an adult, I'd be happy to have the debate with you. I cannot say that I've heard the new Immolation. I mean, I could say it, but I would be lying. All right, well, maybe we can have some good debates. Oh, I know what I wanted to do. I want to do this. Okay, we'll bring up the first guest in just a moment here. I'm just kind of getting everything set up on my end here. There we go. Oh, well, apparently not. I was too slow. My bad. There we go. All right. So yeah, if you are an adult, you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in that God, feel free to request. I would be happy to have the debate. Obviously, my position is that no such God exists, but maybe you can convince me. I will convert if given justification to do so. Welcome in, folks, over on YouTube. It's been nice to see a couple people showing up over there. That's awesome. Hopefully we can, yeah, that's why I've got the thing up on the screen on TikTok. Obviously you can see it on YouTube as well, but I've got that up on TikTok so that hopefully we can get some folks over to subscribe to the YouTube. I'm trying to build that up a bit. Hey, Alley Cat. Okay, well, hey, thanks, Casey. I don't know why all the Christians want to talk in the comments but don't want to come up. I'm happy to debate. Thank you for the support, Casey. Really appreciate the helmet. That's fucking awesome. And the heart me, thank you. Thank you, Susan and Error 404, Ashley, Lupine, Loki. Really appreciate you guys. Robin Hood looks like, yeah, I appreciate everybody. Life's a Glitch, thank you so much. Oh, damn, Evan. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the hand heart. John did a 9-hour stream. That's fucking brutal. I saw that it was a long one, but I didn't know that he was doing 9 hours. John Raid. Oh, damn. That's fucking crazy. I would not have expected that. Well, that's really kind. Thank you to John Cohen. Holy shit. That is really kind. Okay, well, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Well, that's really fucking cool that John sent people over here. I'm so flattered. That's fucking amazing. I just expect nobody knows who I am. Hi, Rap, how old are you?
Yeah, I'm great.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
Okay, and which God do you believe in?
Believe in the Christian God.
Cool. What would you say is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
Come again, please.
What do you think is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe that a God exists?
The birth of mankind, like the birth, like our existence.
Why would the existence of mankind give us a reason to believe in a God?
Because nobody can trace where we all come from.
So you're saying that if there's an answer that we don't, or if there's a question that we don't know a different answer to, then the answer must automatically be God?
Not the name God. We can use it as a reference to
right, but I don't understand how what you're saying gets us to God. It sounds like you're saying you don't think that we have a different explanation for humans' existence, so therefore it must be God that explains it, but that doesn't make any sense to me. Just because even if I granted that we don't know a different explanation, that doesn't automatically mean that God would be the correct explanation. So I'm asking, why should I think that a God even exists?
Yeah, you have to think because you don't know the next second of your existence. So you have to understand that there's something that it's been kept away from you as a human.
Rap. It doesn't matter if there are things that I don't know. I grant that there are things I don't know. That is irrelevant to whether or not I have a reason to believe in a God. What is the reason to believe in a God?
The reason to believe in a God is because you gotta die, and when you die, you would have to understand that there is nothing you can really say about it.
Okay, this means nothing. I'm not worried about dying because I don't believe in a God and I don't believe in an afterlife. in order for me to care about what's going to happen after I die, I would have to believe that there is going to be something that happens after I die, and I would have to believe that there's potential for there to be some consequence for me, but that requires me actually believing in any of this stuff, which I don't. So I don't, like, you're trying to say that I should believe in what you believe, because if I believe what you believe, then I would want to believe what you believe. And I agree, if I believe what you believe, then maybe I would want to believe what you believe, but I don't believe what you believe. So what's the reason to get from not believing what you believe to believing what you believe?
All right, but I will ask you, you believe in something, right?
Okay, so I'm going to ask you one more time. If you don't have any argument or evidence, then I would appreciate if you could just be honest. What is one argument or piece of evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
Okay. Everything you see that exists is a justification that proves that there's a God.
Okay, well, I'm going to assume that if you actually had justification, you would have provided it right then, instead of pointing to, like gesturing that maybe some justification exists, and I'm just going to move on. I don't need you to tell me that you think justification exists. I need you to tell me what the justification actually is. Those are different things. It seems like I'm probably going to need it tonight, so let me get this opened up here. Oh, I don't know why I did that. I'm going to need that for later. All right. Absolutely nothing. Hey, thanks, Poopman Jones. Really appreciate everybody for the support. Hey, thanks, Mateo Potato. Yeah, yesterday was my first day of college. Oh, that's fucking lame, Taryn. It's not even that new. It came out last year. That's, I need that book. Hey, thanks, Loki. Yeah, yesterday was my first day of college. It was fucking awesome. Hey, welcome in, Paul. Okay. Thank you so much to Loki and Poopman Jones and Fagend. Thank you, Lem and Taryn, for the support as well. Thank you, Poopman Jones, again so much. And Neurospicy Cat Lady again. And of course, no surprise, Poopman Jones. Thank you, Sir Piffington, and Evan, and Life's a Glitch, KC. Really appreciate you all. Thank you so much. Also, Bradley Cooper, massively appreciate your support. Okay, we can get rid of that. And then, all right, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. So it looks like it's this person. Hello, how old are you? Hello? Hello? Fair enough. Maybe the next person will connect. Okay, apparently not. All right, if you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Judaism, or Islam, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. It's this one. Hi, WD-40.
Hello?
How old are you?
I'm 22.
Okay, which God do you believe in?
I mean, I'm Christian, but I am also open to, like, if there is something else that I see is the truth, I would be open to it.
Okay, what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
So obviously, there is nobody has 100% evidence.
I didn't ask for that.
But yeah, I know, but
okay, so
what
what's
I'm
the
trying
best
to
argument or evidence that would give us reason to believe in a God?
The best argument or evidence is that why is there something rather
That's actually
than
not
nothing?
an argument or evidence. That's a question. So I'm asking for some
Okay, but
argument or evidence.
nobody is gonna give you the right answer or
Okay, so you're
question.
saying that from your perspective, no evidence exists?
To be honest, yes. There
Okay,
is
so
not really any
what you're saying is that you don't have a reason to believe in God, but you believe anyway?
I do have a reason.
Oh, okay. So what's the reason to believe in God?
the reason doesn't mean evidence. That you don't have to have evidence to have a reason.
I asked you for the reason. I didn't ask you to go off on a rant about
Yeah,
something
my
unrelated.
reason
So what's the
is
reason to believe in God?
my reason is that there is rather something than there is rather nothing. Because if you really think about it, you will come to
But you
that
can't
conclusion.
answer that question with God. You haven't answered the question. If you say, why is there something rather than nothing, and then your answer for that is God, now you've tried to solve a mystery, but all you've done is created an even bigger mystery, because now we still don't know why there's a God instead of no God. So we still haven't actually explained why there's something instead of nothing. We've just made the question more complicated, because now we still don't know why there's something rather than nothing, and we also don't know why the something that exists has, like, fucking infinite power and a mind, and is immaterial and like all this other
No,
stuff.
but you.
So like,
Why
so
do you have to make it so
so what I'm
difficult?
explaining
Why
to
do
you,
you
what
have
I'm
to
trying
make it
to
so
explain to
difficult?
you, if you would stop talking, what I'm trying to explain to you is that you have not solved the question you think you want to solve. You've only made the question worse. So do you know of any
Why?
actual reason to believe in
Nothing is
God that
worse.
isn't self-defeating?
No, nothing. I
Okay,
haven't
I
made it
agree. You have
worse.
nothing. I completely agree. All right, if you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are 18 plus. Make sure that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Yeah, that's a really common thing, Taryn. People are constantly reifying nothing. Okay. All right. We'll bring up the next person. Oh yeah, who is the next person? This one, apparently. Hi, user. How old are you?
19.
Which God do you believe in?
Christianity.
All right. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God? Oh. Fair enough. Hi, Lips. How old are you?
Oh, hi, yeah, I'm 29.
All right. Which God do you believe in?
Well, the Lord the Father, Jesus Christ Father. Amen.
Okay. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
The best evidence. The one single piece of best evidence, is that what you're asking for?
I'm just asking whatever you think is going to be most likely to convince me that there is a compelling reason to believe in a God.
Well, it's obviously not going to be good enough for yourself, kind sir, but I'm going to go with the resurrection.
And why would the resurrection provide a reason to believe in a God?
Because no other human, or not that I know of, has ever resurrected from the dead.
Well, all you have is a claim of a resurrection. You don't have an actual resurrection. And yes, there have been tons of claims of resurrection all throughout history. One story that I'm fond of is Aristeas. He fell dead in a fuller's shop. The fuller locked up the shop, left to go get Aristeas' family to come collect his body. And by the time he got back with Aristeas' family, his body was gone. Well, it turned out that other people saw Aristeas walking on the road after he was already dead. And then he also came back later. He showed back up multiple times over the next couple hundred years, including an appearance 240 years after he died, when he told everybody that he had spent the previous 240 years since his death and resurrection flying around as a magical raven with the god Apollo. So yeah, I mean, there's lots and lots of stories about people who have died and resurrected. So I don't see why yours is special.
Well, hang on a minute. What evidence have you got of that?
The same evidence you have for Jesus. There's stories about it.
That can't be true, though, can it? It's not the same evidence.
It's exactly the same evidence. Yep, somebody wrote a story about it. It's the exact evidence that you have for Jesus. I have for Aristeas.
Well, that's very vague of you to say that.
What do you mean? It's not vague. I'm telling you that the exact strength of evidence that you have for Jesus' resurrection, which is the fact that people wrote a story about it, that's the same evidence that we have for Aristeas' resurrection. So if you think that people writing a story about Jesus resurrecting is sufficient evidence to believe that he resurrected, then obviously we have sufficient evidence to believe that Aristeas resurrected.
Yeah, but what's the reliability of the testimony of these?
There is no testimony in either case. That's what I'm telling you. All we have in both cases is the fact that someone wrote a story about it after the fact. That's
This
it.
is where you're wrong, my friends. There
Okay,
are
then
testimonies.
present me with one piece of evidence beyond someone writing a story about Jesus' resurrection.
Well, it's not just the one person writing a story. Is it?
So
It's like
provide
four
the
people.
extra evidence then.
I'll get there if you
No,
allow
no,
me.
what you're doing right now, Loose Lips, is you're showing that you don't have the evidence and you're trying to kill time and find a way to get out of showing the evidence. Because if you actually had the evidence, when you respond to this, if you actually have evidence, you'll just say what the evidence is. If you say
My
anything
friends.
other than just telling me what the evidence is, then we all know that
friends.
means that you know there isn't any evidence.
I have the evidence.
Yeah, if you had it, you would say what it was.
I'm getting to it.
Oh, I'm getting to it. Yeah, because if you were actually had the evidence, you wouldn't have to say I have evidence. You wouldn't have to say I'm getting to it. You would just give the evidence.
I need to paint the picture.
Oh, I need to paint the picture. No, you
Yeah.
don't have the evidence. So here's
can
the option,
observe.
Loose Lips. You've got two options right now. You've got three
no.
options. You can
You're
tuck
very
tail and run
capricious.
away embarrassed, which is probably what
You're
I would
very
do
capricious.
if I had said the stupid
You're
shit
very
that you've said. You can after I'm done
friend.
talking here, you can say anything
are
other than actually
reckless,
providing
my
the evidence,
friends.
which will demonstrate that you don't have evidence, or you can actually
friends.
provide the evidence. So now, when I finish talking, you got to pick one of those three options, and we'll know what it means based on how you respond. So, what is the evidence that Jesus resurrected beyond just the fact that people wrote a story about it?
Thank you for that.
All right, thank you
Okay.
so much for showing that you
Evidence.
don't have evidence. I knew it. You can never, Christians will never ever do it. They will never actually present the evidence. They will say anything else. I'm so fucking sick of that. Oh, yeah, I have to repeat myself because people don't listen. Oh, what the fuck is that? Holy shit, thanks. Thanks, Banana Mom. That was fucking awesome. Holy hell. That's fucking cool as shit. Oh, I don't understand. Like, if you're being asked for evidence and you have evidence, then when you're given the opportunity to present the evidence, why not just present the evidence? This is so stupid. TikTok is so fucking dumb. Okay. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult. I concede, Loose Lips, I told you that if you said anything other than just giving the evidence, we would know that meant you didn't have evidence. And then what happened? You didn't give the evidence. So that was you conceding. Anyway, thank you so much, Roger, for the support, and Lem and Dr. I don't know what that says, Higita. Thank you, Grace, massively appreciated. Again, thank you, Banana Mom, for the party laser. That was cool as fuck. Thank you, Earl of Willoughby, and KC. Thank you for the goat. Thank you so much, JJ, and again, Poopman Jones. Love you. Thank you so much for all your support. Again, Dr. Higita and Roger and Hop Count, Lou and Bradley Cooper. Appreciate you all massively. Okay, so if you are in the guest queue. That's so fucking dumb. Oh, I'm sorry. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. We're going with. All right. Oh, Loose Lips is requesting again. Okay, here's what's going to happen, Loose Lips. I'll accept you, and then the first thing that you say, if you say literally anything other than the evidence that Jesus resurrected is, and then provide the evidence, if you say anything other than that, then it's a concession again, and then you've conceded twice.
The gentleman that died on the cross beside him. Are you going to let me finish? Are you going to let me paint the picture?
I didn't say shit, man. Like you did. You interrupted yourself, you fucking moron. Look,
Yeah,
you didn't present
saw
any
your-
evidence. You said the gentleman
saw
that
your-
died on the cross beside him. What's the evidence that there was a person on the cross beside him?
Well, I say that's pretty reliable. The fact that
Yeah,
you're willing
what's the
to
evidence?
die-
You can't just say it's reliable. You have to say what the evidence is.
You know what? I'm getting sick
What's
and tired of
what's
you.
the evidence
I
that
wanna
someone
hear
died
your-
on the cross next to Jesus?
I would like to hear your version.
What's the
of events.
evidence? What
You
is?
cannot prove evidence.
Okay, so you don't have any evidence. So
hang
I was
on.
right the whole time. You
Hang
don't
on.
have any evidence.
I have given you sufficient. I've given you sufficient material.
I'll ask one more time. What
Ha,
is the
you don't-
outside of the
uh,
fact that
excuse
people
me,
wrote a story about
excuse
it?
me,
What
you
is
do
the
not get
evidence
to
that Jesus
dictate-
resurrected?
You do not get to dictate the direction of this.
Yes, I absolutely do. There we go. He just conceded twice. He just he wasn't it wasn't enough to get cooked once. He had to come back up and cook himself again. so fucking stupid. Came back up to say, yeah, I don't have evidence, but can you make a case for me? Unbelievable. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. It's going to be like that. Well, you can get the fuck out of here, piece of shit. Yeah, you will get blocked for transphobia, just so you guys know. All right. Hi, Mariah. How old are you?
Hey, what's up? I'm 19 years old.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in Allah.
All right. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
There's many evidence that there's a God that was proven that's real.
Oh, wow. Oh, man, that's fantastic evidence to just say that there's evidence. Obviously,
there
you're
is.
supposed to present the evidence,
Okay.
genius.
Okay, how about you kill yourself and you'll see.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
If
just
you're in
go
the
to-
guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. Is it? Nope. Okay. Hey, thanks, Benene Mom, for that and the water buffalo. Holy shit. Thank you. Hi, Liam. How old are you?
I'm 40. I'm sorry. There's a little bit of air. I'm kind of outside. I hope it sounds okay.
The echo is probably the thing that's going to be the biggest problem.
There's an echo.
Yeah, I can hear myself back like you got the speaker underwater and then it's playing back into the microphone.
I don't have headset on. I don't know if that's on your end. It's not on mine. I don't hear the echo.
Oh, I have no idea, but I'm not going to listen to that. So, all right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to listen to that echo. Annoying as shit. All right. We're at this one. Hi, Steph. How old are you?
I'm 55.
Okay. And which God do you believe in?
I'll just say first because I'm in New
No,
Zealand. So it
no,
might be a
stop,
little
stop,
bit late.
stop. Just tell me what God you believe in.
Okay. The Lord Jesus.
Okay.
I
And
call
what would
him
you say is
Yeshua.
the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Well, the thing is, my truth is different to the church's truth.
I don't really care. That doesn't answer my question. What would you say is the
Yeah.
best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe that a God exists?
Okay. So I'll start at the beginning. And I'm in there at the beginning. Genesis.
Okay,
Because
why would I care?
believe
Why would
that-
I care what's in the Bible? I don't believe in God.
Because you want to know what my truth is, don't you?
No, I don't know. I don't want to know what you believe. I want to know why you believe in a God. What's the reason to believe in a God?
Well, I can tell you that, but you don't want to listen.
Yeah, I'm asking you to tell me the reason to believe in a God, and instead of doing that, you went off to talk about biblical stuff. We can't get to the Bible if I don't believe the God it talks about even exists. If I don't believe that God exists, then nothing the Bible says is going to matter to me. So you have to first give me a reason to think that the God exists, which is why that's what I asked you to do.
No, we're on different planes, mate.
Okay, so you don't have a reason to believe in a God. All right, fair enough. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hello.
What's up?
How old are you?
I'm 18.
And what do I call you?
You just can call me whatever.
Okay, whatever. And what God do you believe in, whatever?
I believe in the God of Christianity.
Okay, and what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief?
My justification for believing in the God is, how do I say it? Is when they explain in the Bible or wherever they can hear that God loves you no matter what. God loves you.
That assumes
even
that a
if you
God
don't
exists.
believe
It's
in
not
him.
possible for God to love anyone if he doesn't exist. So obviously I can't believe that God loves anybody if I don't believe that he exists. So what's the reason to think that a God exists?
Tell me, how could you say that the world was created?
Okay,
The
so I'm
universe,
asking you
everything.
for a reason to believe that a God exists. Do you have a reason to believe God exists?
Yes, I have a reason.
Okay, what's
It's
the
me.
reason to
I'm
believe
the
God
reason
exists?
why I believe in the God, because I'm here.
Okay, why would we expect you not to be here if God didn't exist?
If God wouldn't exist, you wouldn't be nowhere.
That
And
doesn't answer my question. Can you answer the question, please?
listen, beliefs are
Okay, so my question
kinda
is,
complicated.
what is the reason to believe in God?
Reason?
Yeah, what's the reason to believe that a God exists?
It's faith. Your faith is the reason for believing
Well,
in
I
someone.
do not and will not ever have faith. So knowing that faith is completely off the table because I'm not an irrational moron, what would be the reason to believe in a God? Yeah, and then he leaves. Because, there we go. All right. Well, as typical with Christians, they will not ever actually provide a reason to believe in a God. All right. If you are in the guest queue, or if you are thinking about requesting, make sure that you are in the guest. Oh my God, I just got so distracted. Sorry. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Let me double check here. Okay. All right.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
31.
Am I correct that you're Christian?
A believer, yes, in the Messiah, yes.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
I believe God is the best explanation for why contingent reality exists.
Why
the
should I think that
universe-
reality is contingent?
Well, do you believe that or do you not?
Can you just answer the question?
Yeah, ask me again.
What is the reason to think that reality is contingent? And I assume by reality you actually just mean the universe.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the reason to think that the universe is contingent?
I just believe it is. Do you not believe that?
Okay, so the reason to believe it is just to believe it? You just believe it because you believe it?
Yeah, I believe that. Why is that funny?
Because it's the most illogical thing that you could possibly say. Like, I believe it's true because I believe it's true. I mean, that's literally the definition of a fallacious argument. I mean, it's so circular.
We're not even in an argument yet.
Yeah,
You're
I am
freaking out.
asking you for the
You're freaking
argument.
out 'cause
I'm asking you.
you've had-
I'm asking you for the
Breathe.
argument. I'm asking
Breathe,
you.
brother.
I'm asking you for the argument that supports your claim that the universe is
I'm
contingent.
not claiming
all reality is contingent.
You
The
claimed
physical
that the
uni-
universe is contingent.
the physical universe contains things that begin.
Is it your position that the universe is contingent? Yes or no?
Not all reality is contingent. No.
I didn't say reality, you moron. Can
The
you not
universe,
hear the
all-
question?
no, not all of the universe is contingent.
Is the existence of the universe contingent? Yes or no?
Is the existence of the universe contingent? I would say yes.
Okay. So then why should we believe the existence of the universe is contingent? What's the argument for that?
It's a good question.
I know. That's why I asked it.
So why should we believe the existence of the universe is contingent?
Yeah.
That's a damn good question.
Yeah, you want to know what the answer is?
Well, I would say the existence itself isn't contingent.
Okay, so now you're changing your position that in
Well, I
fact the
believe-
existence of the universe is necessary.
You let me know when I can speak. You go ahead. I'll wait on you.
Okay, so is it now your position that the existence of the universe is necessary?
I believe that this is what I believe.
Okay, so I'm asking you a yes or no question, Oracle. Is it your position that the
That's a
existence of the Okay, dude,
that's not-
I don't know
that's
why
not-
you just bitched about me
That-
interrupting you and then immediately you interrupt me. If you're
Go
gonna
ahead.
act like a little baby about
You're
getting
freaking out
interrupted,
because
and then you're
I don't
gonna
know what's
you're
going
gonna
on with you.
interrupt me, you're just
You're
showing
hired,
everybody that in fact you don't care about being interrupted. You just want to cry. I'm not
Go
going to
ahead.
let you up here to cry. So if we can have a substantive conversation and you can stop bitching and
You
crying,
seem to be
then
the
we
only
can be
one crying
fine.
and flipping out.
Yeah, definitely. I'm the one crying.
Breathe,
So
brother,
is it
breathe.
your position, yes or no, that the existence of the universe is necessary?
It's more complex. That's a complex.
Okay, so I'm going to
answer.
ask you
And
one
if you're
more
not gonna
time. If you
allow-
cannot provide the
you-
yes or no
because
answer,
you want to kick anybody who has an answer. That's
you
your
don't.
problem.
That's
You're
the funny
weak.
thing, your
You're
Oracle. You're
weak.
pretending that I'm
You're a
going to
weak
kick you because
atheist.
you think that I'm going to kick you
You're
for
a
having an
weak
answer. But the
atheist.
reality is, if you had an answer, I won't. If you have an answer, I
You-
won't kick you. So let's try
I could
this out.
give you
Test
5
me out.
answers right now
Test
that
me
you-
out. So
Let me
give me the
reply to your
answer and
answer.
see whether you get kicked. So yes or no, is it your
let me
position that
speak.
the existence of the
Shut
universe
up
is
and let me
necessary?
speak for a minute, you freaked out atheist.
All right, there you go. You cannot answer questions, don't even know your own position, hadn't even considered that he might be wrong. So fucking dumb. Contingent, okay, what do we say? Tried to run contingency, but didn't even know if the universe is contingent. Unbelievable. Doesn't even know his own position. All right. If you are in the guest queue, or actually, before I get to the next person, I do want to remind everybody I've got the YouTube. If anybody's so inclined to go over and support there. Oh, you know what? I think that's probably why I keep getting these restrictions, because I keep talking about the YouTube. Oh, shit. That's frustrating. I don't know what we're doing it anyway. I've got the YouTube. I have Discord, trying to build community there. I've got my PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App if anybody feels so inclined to support that way. If not, no problem. Thank you so much to Saintly for support. Thank you, Cake Against the Machine. Thank you so much, Lone Drow, for all your support. Thank you to Discordant Rhyme and Christina the Godless. Thank you so much to 3 Pips and Nadine. Thank you again, Christina the Godless. Thank you, Philosophy. I don't know if you're still here, Banana Mom, but thank you so much for sending all that support. That was really generous of you. Definitely not expected. So thank you massively for that. Thank you, Paul, for being here and for supporting. And again, thank you, Grace and Roger, Lem. And again, Banana Mom, really appreciate you. Also, Zoe Music, thank you for the support, and Owly as well. Hey, Matt. Okay. Love you too, Kant. Thanks, Grandpa Books and Owly. You guys fucking rule. Okay, if you are in the guest queue, or if you are thinking about requesting, please make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. Hi, user, how old are you? You're 19 still? Are you the same person? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're a 19-year-old Christian, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Humanity,
How does humanity provide a reason to believe in a God?
because there has to be a creator to everything.
Why?
God go in a room and make a sound. There gotta be a creator that made that sound, which is the same as the universe. There gotta be a creator to make that Big Bang happen. When he said, "Let
Okay.
there be
Why
light."
does there have to be a creator for the Big Bang to happen?
Wait, repeat that for me. I'm sorry.
Why does there have to be a creator for the Big Bang to happen? As far as I know, natural processes can happen without a creator. For example, waves. Waves in the ocean. You said that there has to be a creator for something to make sound, but in fact, waves in the ocean just follow natural laws and they make lots of noise. Haven't you ever heard the phrase of waves crashing? That's waves, water making noise without being created. There's no intentional action happening there. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you could just run away. Fair enough. All right. If you are in the guest queue, or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. All right. Okay.
Hey, how you doing, bro?
Hi, Andre. How old are you?
I'm 19.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in the God of Christianity.
Okay. And what would you say is
Orthodox
the best?
Christianity.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
So I don't know if this is the best one, but I think this is a good one. If there was no like higher power, how would you define morality as more than just personal or like cultural preference?
I mean, there's a bajillion ways to do that. So what would be the reason to believe in a God?
Because this morality that we all believe in, it transcends human beings because it varies from person to person.
Andre,
It's arbitrary. You know what I mean?
Andre, there are thousands and thousands of years of philosophers going back and forth talking about different ways to understand and explain morality that have nothing to do with God. There are lots and lots of positions in philosophy that, you know, in ethical philosophy about morality that don't rely on a God. In fact, there are in fact, I just started, I'm a loser, old, 40-year-old piece of shit who just is going back to college now. But you know what's interesting? I'm taking an ethics class and my professor, who is a Christian, says that morals have nothing to do with Christianity or God. So even Christians, even the Christian philosophers sometimes will say that morality has nothing to do with God. So yeah, that we don't need a God, and even Christians will tell you that we don't. So what is the reason to believe in a God?
Okay, I understand what you just said. You said Christians say this, and philosophers say this, and this, and that. You still haven't demonstrated to me why morality doesn't transcend human beings. You know what I mean? Because this morality...
I don't care. What I'm telling you, Andre, is that we have ways, we have thousands of years of people finding ways to explain morality without having to appeal to a God. You're claiming that, in fact, we do have to appeal to a God, and I'm asking for you to justify your claim.
Well, how would you define right and wrong?
That's just asking me a question. That's just Andre, you're just asking a question. You're supposed to be supporting your claim. Questions don't support claims.
All right, you want me to talk specifically about Jesus then?
No, I want you to tell me why we need a God in order to have morality. I want you to support your claim, not run away from it.
Why we need a God to have morality?
Yeah.
Okay, this is why. Because what I would call moral, for example, the genocide of people is obviously immoral. You would agree with that, correct?
Well, God doesn't agree with you.
That's your opinion.
No, it's not my opinion. It's what the Bible says. If you're going to claim that we need God for morality, and then your example for a thing that's moral is you disagreeing with your God, then obviously you also agree that your God doesn't ground morality. If you thought your God grounded morality, there is no way you would be coming up here saying that genocide is wrong. So try again.
Okay, do you think genocide is wrong?
I know that genocide is wrong, yeah.
If you went down the street and I walked and I talked to this bum down the street, and he said genocide is not wrong. What makes your morality more correct than his morality?
There's a lot of different things. I could actually provide support for my morality and where it's grounded in the type of being that we are, and I have lots of arguments about that. But you asking me to ground my morality does not show that you can ground your morality in God. And in fact, you've demonstrated that you don't ground your morality in God because you've claimed that genocide is wrong, but your God says it's not wrong. So you don't even ground your morality in your God. Why should I? You know what? I mean, at this point, I don't even think that you have an argument, because your claim being we need to ground morality in God, and then immediately showing that even you don't ground your morality in God, shows that you don't even believe this argument.
So you're saying that I don't ground my morality in God because
Correct.
I gave you an example.
Correct, because
still yet to,
because your example
I
of
know
something
don't
that
want
you
to
think is
answer the
moral
question, but
is
the whole point
disagreeing
that
with
we're up
God.
here to question your whole fucking ideology.
No, the point why you're here is to give a reason to believe in a God, and you are failing. That's what's happening.
You still haven't given me a reason.
I know,
why
because that's not
morality-
my burden, Andre.
your morality
That's
even
not
is
my
a good.
burden. Let's imagine that I can't. Let's say that I can't ground morality. Let's say I have no explanation for it. I have nothing. What's the reason to believe in a God?
Where else would you get the morality?
Oh,
if you
right,
can't
just
name it
questions.
yourself?
Yeah, you can't actually provide a case for your position. You can only ask me questions, right?
What you're not being logical. If
I'm
you
not
can't
being
get it
logical.
yourself,
Okay,
let's
you know
say
what, Andre?
hypothetically-
You know what, Andre? I'll agree. I'm not being logical. Why don't you model it for all of us and show us what it looks like to be logical? Present a logical argument for God.
You just said it yourself. You just said hypothetically, if you can't ground morality.
There you go.
where would it
I'm
come
not being logical, and I give you the opportunity to show us what being logical looks like, and you can't do it.
What I'm saying is
Show us what it's like to
obviously
be
you can't.
logical. Show us the logical reason to believe in God. We're all
Okay,
waiting.
Now you're just red herring.
And then you run away. You want to invoke logic. If you don't have God, you can't ground morality like genocide is wrong, which God explicitly disagrees with. Oh my goodness gracious. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Thank you, Lem and Dipster 404. Appreciate you all so much. Okay. Oh, gotta hydrate. Oh man, I'm so scared of your hell that I don't believe in. All right. If you are in the guest queue or you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Thank you so much for the go, Casey. Also, thank you to Fagend and 24 Karat and John F. Appreciate you all massively. Okay. Where are we at? Oh, we're at this one? Fair enough. Thank you, Ashley, for helping. Hi, Thomas. How old are you?
40.
And which God do you believe in?
Well, technically, biblically, both the Judaism God, the Christian God, and the Islamic God are all the same.
No, they're not. they're different gods.
they are
Tell me which God you
biblically
believe in, or I'm just moving on.
You kind of sound like an asshole.
Well, I mean, you don't even know what God you believe in. Thank you so much, Lone Drow, for the support. And what is this? Oh, damn, Poop Man Jones. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right. If you are in the guest queue, or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. I think we're on this one right here.
Hello,
user,
how
how old are
doing?
you?
I'm 29.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in a one all spiritual God.
That does not answer my question. I specifically said before you came up that you need to believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. So which one of those do you believe in?
But, sir, with all due respect...
Okay, so I'm going to ask you the question one more time, and if you can't give me the direct answer, I'm moving on. Do you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism? There you go. All right. So I'll say it again. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. What's up, Tree? You gonna have some debates with me?
Yeah. But can I ask you a question first? Do you believe in a life after love? Because I can feel something inside myself. Say, I really don't think I'm strong enough.
I don't know if I am.
That's, well, we'll be alone together. Anyway, no, just all those people, like, I don't know, people, be better.
Yeah, well.
Go to CT's thing, like.
Oh, yeah.
And I just love everyone focuses on, well, you're arguing over them. Well, all right. So the one benefit is, Ogar, you are loud. They have ample opportunity to know what you're asking. If they're choosing not to follow that, that's a them thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. If I'm asking for evidence and you have evidence, then it seems like you would just give the evidence. But every time they say they have evidence and then they don't give it. But maybe the next person will.
Yeah, maybe, because everyone's being like, oh, this dude is totally searching for God. Well, no, because Ogar has already found Eunice.
Hey, I've got the trees and I got Eunice. I got all I need.
Yeah, you're good. So enjoy the rest of your life.
All right, take care. Got to get some tree time here and there. All right, we'll bring up. Oh, that person's not here anymore, and that we already did that. Okay. Hi, Gautier. How old are you?
24.
When were you born?
April 19.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. You sound like you're 13.
Okay, well, that's really irrelevant.
I mean, we'll try, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, what year were you born?
Let's get into it.
What year were you born? What year were you born?
2002.
Ugh. Which God do you believe in?
Christianity. Let's go with that one.
All right. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're a child. I just can't do it. I don't know. It's really hard to tell. Well, I didn't know if it was a woman. That could have been a woman. I know. It's just really hard to tell. That's what I'm saying, Goatman, but I don't know. All right. Well, I don't know if that was an adult. It's really hard to tell, and I'm not here to talk to children. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Jason Debateman. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hi, TikToker. How old are you?
22. Sorry, I heard that you were like only interested in debating Abrahamic faiths.
I mean, do you believe in a God?
Yeah.
What's the God you believe in?
Sky God Tengri. It's a faith coming out of Mongolia.
Okay. Well, I don't believe you that that's even a real thing, and I'm definitely not going to do. Honestly, when people start saying shit like that, I just assume that it's like some fucking video game thing, because that's happened a lot. Well, I don't know what the fuck it is. Because typically when people do that, it's video game shit. Hey, thanks, Poopman Jones. Originating in Eurasian steppes, shamanism, sky deity. Qualities of the judge, source of life, no supreme, primary, Tengrism, ancestor, okay, Tengri considered, structure, Turkish, father, okay, well, I can't even tell if this is actually a god. So whatever. Anyway, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Where are we at? Okay. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, I would debate Jesus and whatnot, but it's kind of annoying how many people are like, debate that guy, debate that guy. If he comes up, I'll debate him. All right. Again, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. I don't know if you guys saw, I added, oh, is it not going to even let me? That's annoying. No. Oh, Grace posted it. Yeah, I added that Wokar one because you guys were talking about that. Anyway, we'll bring up, oh, we don't have anybody. Okay. All right. Well, I currently don't have any serious requests. Yeah, some Ogar time indeed, Radio Spencer. So if you are 18 plus, you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief, feel free to request. Well, we're hi WMT. How old are you?
I'm 21.
All right, and which God do you believe in?
I believe in Jesus Christ.
Okay, and then what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
And okay, I'm gonna give you my evidence, and then I just want to say this: I'm not trying to convince you that God is real or anything like that. Like, you're gonna be entitled to your own beliefs, you know. So
this is all irrelevant, man. I just want the argument or evidence.
Oh, I got you. Well, really, this is my argument. The name Jesus alone, bro. Let's take the Bible out of it or anything. The name Jesus alone. There is not a human being on earth that does not know the name Jesus.
That's not
you
true.
Can ask any. Yes, that's facts.
No, it's not facts. People on North Senegal Island have never heard of Jesus.
Bro, everybody knows the name of Jesus, bro.
No, that's not true. There are people on North Senegal Island have definitely never heard of Jesus.
Have you spoke to the people on North Senegal Island?
No, that's the point. Nobody has spoken to them. The last time somebody tried to go there, they got murdered just trying to land on shore. So it's literally not possible. They have never heard about Jesus. They have never heard about Jesus. They have never heard about Jesus. They have never. I don't know why you think that you need to talk over me. I don't know why you think that talking over me is a good strategy. It's not going to move the conversation forward. In fact, it's only going to make it take longer to get to the substance. So what your claim that you made that there's no human on earth who hasn't heard of Jesus is just wrong.
No, it's not.
Okay, provide justification that the people of North Senegal are aware of Jesus.
Bro, I just told you, bro. It's my first time living. Like, it's your first time living.
Provide justification.
Time out. You won't let me talk.
Provide the justification. Oh, no, I'm stop. No, absolutely not. Here are your two options. Well, you've got three options. You can run away
you're
like
just a piece of shit on here, bro.
Okay, so you've got three options. You can run away, which it sounds like you're about to do. You can support your claim, or you can retract your claim. So those are your three options. So if the next thing that you, I'm sorry,
if you can't get to those people,
if the next thing, if the next thing, they're people. They're people.
Go ask your mother. Does she know who Jesus is, bro?
They're people, though. You just agreed that they're people and they're on earth and they don't know who Jesus is, so you're wrong. So now you can, maybe you should retract the claim then. Okay, well, so then you just want to, so yeah, you just want to spew bullshit. You don't actually want to have the conversation. You could have easily just said, oh yeah, I wasn't aware that there are people who haven't heard of Jesus, and then we could have moved on. It would have been easy. Oh my goodness. Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Have any of the mods been able to check if that Gautier or whatever person is, if we have any reason to think that they're an adult? I mean, I'm happy to talk to him. Yeah, I don't know who the fuck you are, Yaniel. Oh, private account? All right, well, I don't. Well, I'm definitely not bringing somebody up here to dox themselves in front of hundreds of people on the internet. That sounds like a really bad idea. Yeah, okay, I'll bring you up, Gautier, but do not show your ID.
Thank you for letting me up here.
Yeah, you turn your camera on, I'm dropping you, just so you know.
No, I'm not turning my camera on.
Okay, pronouns?
Girl, I'm a woman. I'm a woman.
Okay, I think maybe that was the confusion.
That's where we was confused at, because I'm a woman. I'm good, yeah. I'm 24 years old. I'm a grown woman.
All right, and which God do you believe in?
Christianity. I'm going to go with Jesus Christ specifically.
Yep. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Okay, so we're going to go with the physical evidence that we have here on Earth. So we're going to go to Butte, Wyoming, which there is the Devil's Tower. Now, if you go, can you pull up like information, or can I do that? Because I want to pull up the physical evidence so we could show and we could get into that instead of asking questions.
Why would some geologic structure be evidence for God?
Because the geological structure, it submits evidence that it used to be a tall tree that used to go to the skies of the heaven. Now, if you go back to the biblical and a lot of things, now this.
So give me the scientific evidence for that. Give me like a scientific paper.
There we go. We can't
okay,
go with
hold on. Calm down.
Now,
calm down. Hey, calm down. I need you to calm down. If you act like the grown woman that you say you are, and calm down for a second.
Hold up.
I know. We're not going to hold up. I'm asking you to hold up so that I can try to get this conversation back on the rails. You went. Yeah, I know. You need to stop. You need to calm down.
So the
just calm. If you keep doing this, we're not going to get to the substance. So here's what I'm asking you for. Are you okay? Hopefully you let me get it out. What I need from you is a peer-reviewed paper that was published in a respectable, reputable scientific journal that says that this used to be a tree. So I need you to tell me the title of the paper and what publication it was published in. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Goat Man. Somebody saw a geologic structure and said it looked.
We're not going into any this public information.
So tell me the name of the paper and the publication it was published in. Literally, we're not moving forward until you either give me that or retract the claim and we can move to something else. Those are our only two options to move forward from where we're at right now. Yeah, of course there's no paper. Yeah. If it is a tree, yeah, Paul Bunyan probably cut it down.
Yeah, let's just do.
I can't hear you when you're off the app. So just tell me the name of the paper and the publication it was published in. I need you to come back to the app. I'm not going to sit here and wait forever. All right. Yeah, I'm not going to sit here while you try to chat GPT this up.
We not Jack.
Okay, so then what's the name of the paper? So what's the name of the paper? What's the name of the paper? What's the name of the what is the name? Okay, so your two options here. Go to your hello. I'm here's your two options. Here are your two options. Here are your two. Okay, so I don't know why you're getting so aggressive. So here's the thing. So if you can't let me talk so that I can get our conversation back on track, then we can't have this discussion. So I'm going to try to ask this question, and then if you cannot give me a direct answer, I'm just going to move on. So your options are to continue doing what you're doing, and I'll drop you, to provide the name of the paper and the publication that it was published in that demonstrates your claim is correct, or retract the claim.
Look it up. That's a physical evidence.
What's the name of the paper?
No. Nag Hammadi,
Okay,
Gospel.
so that's not the name of the paper. Hey, thanks, Neurospicy Cat Lady. Fuck yeah. Oh, see, that's another example where, like, if you actually had evidence, you would just give the evidence, right? Why would you have to crash out like that if you don't have the evidence, or if you actually had the evidence? Thank you so much for that, Neurospicy Cat Lady. That's extremely generous. I really appreciate you. Thank you, Lamb and Scrimba. Thank you so much, Oppo, for the crown, and all your support. Thank you. Thank you, Radio Spencer, and thank you so much, KC, for yet another goat. You're the goat. Thank you, Radio Spencer, again, and Lou and Nick. Thank you so much, Trev. Thank you, Pokegarumi. Poopman Jones, appreciate you massively. Bradley N, Hop Count, Eddie, appreciate you all. Thank you, Decon Blues and Lem. You're all awesome. I was just saying this recently. I feel so lucky to have the community and the support that I've gotten. Never could have imagined being so lucky. So thank you so much. But yeah, we'll move on to the next person. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. But Nene Mom, I miss you too. Genuinely, and I know that this is easy to say, but genuinely hit me up anytime. Legitimately. Anytime. All right. We'll move on to the next person. Here we go. IKG, how old are you?
22.
All right. And then which God do you believe in?
Oh, I don't believe in God. I just had a really quick question. I like your content. I was just going to ask you, what would be your best argument you say against God?
There are two that I really like, particularly at the moment. One I call God into from mind, and the other is God into from causation. And I just run whichever. I run them pretty frequently. The one from mind basically just goes, God has a mind. Minds have either changing mental states or only one unchanging mental state. Change only occurs in time. God exists outside time. So then from those four premises, we can draw the conclusion that God has only one unchanging mental state. Then we would say that acting upon one's will changes one's mental states. So that means that God can't act on his will. If he can't act on his will, he can't create the universe. But if he exists, he did create the universe. Therefore, God doesn't exist. Then the other one from causation would just be that all causes are inside space and time. But if God exists, he caused the universe to come into existence. So he's outside space and time, but that means that he can't be a cause. So he couldn't have caused the universe to come into existence. But if he doesn't, but if he exists, he did cause the universe to come into existence. So he doesn't exist.
Okay. All right, bro. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Right.
I just got out of being a Baptist. I really like your content, though.
Well, I appreciate that. Feel free to join the Discord if you ever want to chat. And I'd be happy to do that. And then obviously there's also a lot of people out there like Deconstruction Zone, Justin, or Leaving Faith, Sarah. They're really good resources for former Christians.
Thank you, bro. Have a good one.
Yeah, take care of yourself. All right. Hey, thanks for the the hat, Lone Drow. Recently deconverted. Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Oh, so we actually don't have any legitimate people requesting. So I'll just like crash outs. I'm not really interested in bringing more people up to do more crashing out. What was that spectacular one? Oh, yeah. There's 3 crash outs. College's been interesting. Obviously, like today's only day 2, so I haven't really done a whole lot, but it has definitely been an interesting time. But maybe we can have some good conversations here. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that would justify your God belief.
Oh, sorry. I love you so much. Sorry, I'm leaving. Sorry.
All right, take care. All right. Yeah, so we only have Crash Out Artist requesting currently. So I don't know if we wait a little bit and see if anybody requests, or maybe we reset to get back in the algorithm or something. I'm not sure. But, oh, maybe we do have someone else. Okay. Looking to talk to folks who are adults that believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and have some argument or evidence for their position. Justice, how old are you?
38.
All right, and which God do you believe in?
The God of the universe.
Okay. Well, I said before you came up that you need to believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. So which God do you believe in?
Christianity. Christian.
Okay, and what would you say is the best argument or evidence that would give us a reason to believe in a God?
I'll say my best evidence, but not to prove. I'll say the world came from nothing to something, versus what scientists say that the Big Bang expanded and how the world got here.
I have no idea what you're talking about. You're saying that I should believe in God because something came from nothing?
Yeah, nothing came from something. He spoke everything into existence.
Why should I think that something came from nothing?
Because if you go read the Bible, it told you how.
Well, why would I believe? I don't believe in the God of the Bible, so I don't believe that the Bible tells us real things about a God. So you would need to convince me that a God exists before anything in the Bible could be compelling to me.
Okay, so how we get here? Don't say parents, but how we get here though?
All right. So when a man loves a woman, he takes his penis.
I'm not talking about reproduction. I'm talking about how. No, because that's what all it can use. I'm talking about how did we get here?
Yeah, you're asking me a question that when you're asking, hold on, Justice, when you're supposed to be presenting an argument or some evidence for your position, if you find yourself in a spot where you're asking me to justify my position, you're fucking up. Right? Because this isn't about you trying to force me to justify some position that I don't even need to hold to. This is you supposed to present evidence for your position. So what is the reason to believe? No, I haven't heard it yet. What's the reason to believe in a God?
I just told you. From nothing to something.
Okay, why should I think that there was once nothing?
Because the world was in darkness.
That's just a claim. Why should I think that there was once nothing?
I mean, it's gonna not to you as the atheist.
So why should I think that there was once nothing?
You said nothing to something?
No, your claim is that something came from nothing, which means that there must have once been nothing. Why should I believe that there was once nothing?
Because that this world didn't have anything on it.
So the reason I should believe that there was once nothing is because there was once nothing. That's the best that you've got?
Yeah, for nothing to something.
Okay, but I can't believe in something from nothing or nothing to something if I don't believe that there was once nothing. Why should I believe that there was once nothing?
But because we all got to design a creative mind of everything. A mind about
That's just
everything.
the thing that you're... Okay, so the reason that there's a God is because something came from nothing, and the reason that something came from nothing is because there was once nothing, and the reason that there was once nothing is because there's a God. So your whole argument just loops back around. You're saying God exists because God exists, and that's not ever going to be a compelling argument. So I'm just asking you to actually give me a reason to believe in God that doesn't require me to already believe in God.
Okay, this go back. Okay. Tell me. Okay,
No. You're not asking questions. You're providing a support for your position.
Because the reason why I believe in God, bro, is because that everything that you see that the Bible said that He created in 7 days, the universe that you claim that science already predict or already known, is I say non-fact though.
I did not hear any reason to believe in God in there.
I mean, this is where science came from.
I don't know what you're talking about, Justice. I just want to know do you have any arguments or evidence that would justify belief in a God?
Yes.
Okay, what would be one argument or one piece of evidence that would give me a reason to think that it's true that a God exists?
Are you breaking up, bro? What are you talking about?
I'm asking you to provide one piece of evidence or one argument that would give me a reason to think it's true that a God exists. Or do you want me to present an argument that there can't be a God?
We'll prove that he can be a God then.
Okay. So you agree that God is all-knowing, right?
Yeah, everybody want to use that, yes.
Okay. And so that means that God has a mind, right?
Yes.
Okay. And minds either have one mental state that never changes or a series of mental states that change from one to the next. Do you agree with that?
Yes, for a human standpoint.
Well, I'm just talking about minds in general, whether it's human minds or dog minds or any minds at all. They either have just one unchanging mental state or a series of changing mental states, right?
I mean, if you want to call that.
Okay. And then would you agree that change only happens in time?
Yeah, in human time, yes.
Okay. And then do you agree that since God created the universe, he's outside space and time?
Yes, he outside space and time, yeah.
Fantastic. So that means that we can conclude safely that God has only one unchanging mental state because he's outside time. Change only happens in time, so his mind can't change. Do you agree that if someone acts on their will, that requires them to go from I intend to do this thing to I have done this thing?
What you mean by that? Put in an example.
Yeah, no problem. When I woke up this morning, it was my will to go to work. So I had the mental state, I'm intending to go to work. Then while I'm driving, I have the mental state, I'm on my way to work. And then I got to work and I had the mental state, I am at work. I have completed my will to go to work. Do you agree that that kind of thing is necessary for someone to act on their will?
I say it's a choice. Necessarily.
Well, what I'm asking is if it's possible for someone to act on their will without having a change in their mental state like that. Because as far as I know, the only way that it's possible for someone to act on their will is to have the mental state where they will the thing and then have a different mental state where they're either in the process of acting on it or have already finished acting on it.
But do you consider a human can have a will, or it's just based off on choices?
Well, when I say will, I just mean like intending to do something.
But it's the same thing as free will, right?
Right, but what I'm asking though is, would you agree that if someone takes a willful action, like me going to work in the morning, would you agree that that requires me to go from having one thought about I intend to go to work today to then later having the thought I'm now at work today?
I mean, yeah, if you
okay, right, so.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so what I'm saying, though, is in order for someone to take an intentional action, they have to have one mind state that is them having the intention, and then another mind state that they've taken the action, right?
Yeah, in a human standpoint, yes.
Okay, but I'm just not humans, whether it's humans or parrots or dogs or cats or octopuses or octopi or unicorns, whatever the thing is, if it has a mind and it has intentional, like it takes intentional actions, would you agree that...
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you agree with that. All right, fantastic. So what that means is that God cannot act on his will. And if he can't act on his will, then he can't create the universe. And if he can't create the universe, then he doesn't exist. So that means that because God's mind can't change, and it would have to change in order for him to create the universe, he didn't create the universe and therefore does not exist.
No. God's mind is not like our mind.
Well, so then you're saying that, like, does God have a mind in this? Like, I'm not saying God's mind would be identical to a human mind, but does God have a mind in the same way that you and I have minds? Or is it a completely different thing?
Completely different thing, bro.
Okay, so then if God doesn't have a mind like we have minds, then he doesn't actually have a mind if we're only using mind to mean the type of minds that we're familiar with.
I say a human standpoint type of mind that you and I have, but as far as God's mind is beyond. So I don't think nobody has this type of like try to compare it, but
Okay, but then if God doesn't have a mind in the way that we have minds, and we know that knowledge can only exist in the kind of minds that we have, then how could we think that God knows anything? And if God doesn't know anything, then he can't be all-knowing.
I mean, what you think knowledge came from? Tell me where knowledge came from.
No, you're not understanding the problem here. If you're saying that God doesn't have a mind in the way that we have minds, then that means that he can't have knowledge in the way that we have knowledge. But according to your beliefs, God does have knowledge, so there's a problem now.
How's the problem?
Because, okay. All right.
No, I'm trying to understand you. He says my thoughts is not your thoughts, and my.
I'm not talking about my thoughts or your thoughts. I'm just saying, like, okay. We're gonna say, in knowledge is a mental state. We do not. Mental states only exist in the kinds of minds, or maybe we should say, we have no reason to think mental states can exist in anything other than the kind of minds humans and other animals share. And then you would say God's mind is not the kind of mind that humans and other animals share. So then we would say, no, it's a mental state. We have no reason to think mental states are, so we have no reason to think God could have knowledge. And then we would say, if God exists, he has knowledge. And so then we would conclude we have no reason to think it's possible, I can't spell possible, for God to exist. Since we have no reason to think that God could have knowledge, but we know that he would have to have knowledge if he exists, then we have no reason to think it's even possible for him to exist.
Oh, okay. So you try to compare God's mind with human mind and animal minds because you said anything he have a mind can't change his mind, right?
Yeah, what I'm saying here in this argument right now is that we don't know of any way that knowledge can exist. We have no reason to think that knowledge can exist anywhere other than the kinds of minds that we're familiar with. And if God doesn't have the kind of mind that we're familiar with, then we have no reason to think that he could actually have knowledge.
Because if God all power, all knowing, and he above all things in all.
Yeah, but that's not responding to what I'm saying.
Who God is.
That's not responding to what I'm saying. So I'm going to ask you to engage just with the argument that I've given here. So do you agree that knowledge is a mental state?
Yeah, from a human standpoint, yes.
No, not just from human standpoint. I'm saying just in general. Do you agree that knowledge is a mental state?
Yes, bro.
Okay, so we've got agreement. Knowledge is a mental state. Do you agree that we have no reason to think mental states can exist in anything other than the kind of minds humans and other animals share?
I really don't compare myself with an animal, but yeah, okay, yes.
Okay, so we have no reason to think knowledge can exist or mental states can exist anywhere else. And your position is that God's mind is not the kind of mind that humans and other animals share, right?
Definitely don't share.
Okay, so it's not the same thing. So then we would have to conclude that we have no reason to think it's possible for God to have knowledge. But you agree that if God exists, he has knowledge, right?
God is knowledge.
Do you agree that if God exists, he knows things?
He knows everything.
Do you agree that if God exists, he knows things?
He knows everything. I'm telling you.
Okay, so I'm just please give me the yes or no answer to the question.
Yes, he knows everything. Yes.
Okay, so God has knowledge, right?
He is knowledge.
If God exists, then he knows things, right?
Yes, I said it.
Okay, fantastic. So then, because you've agreed with all these premises, as far as I can tell, the only reasonable conclusion we could draw is that we have no reason to think it's possible for God to exist, because he would have to have knowledge if he existed, and we don't have a reason to think that it's even possible for him to have knowledge. Do you have any response to this?
No, my response is that you try to compare our knowledge with his knowledge. any
Right,
type
but
of
the reason that I'm doing
mind.
that, the reason that I'm doing that, Justice,
That's what I'm saying.
the reason that I'm doing that, Justice, is because that's what your religion says. Your religion says God has knowledge like we have knowledge, but obviously that would mean that God would have to have a mind like we have, and we already showed how that would mean God can't possibly exist. But I don't think that I don't think that we're going to be able to make a lot more progress. But I appreciate the conversation, and I hope that you have a good rest of your evening. Take care. Okay. Okay. I don't. All right. If you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, please make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in your God. So I think... Oh, no. Must be this one. Okay, well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and kick. I don't know why you need to have your camera on. Okay. Oh, Maya's an atheist. Well, fair enough. Yeah. She turned her camera on and it looked like she was about to try to flash us, and I am not on board with that. Okay. If you are... actually, before I bring up the next person, thank you so much to Desiree and Slice for the support. Thank you, Lou. Appreciate you massively. Thank you so much, Lem and Lou again. Thank you, Milo. Supporting Justice. Well, fair enough. Thank you so much, Just a Decent Dude. Thank you, Trev and Vertigo Twin. Glad to see you here. Appreciate your support. Thank you, Just a Decent Dude, for all your support. Thank you, Martin and Alan supporting KG. Excuse me. Thank you, Broken Tree Branch and Lone Drow. And thank you again, Desiree. Really, really appreciate everybody's support. Thank you. All right. If you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. I think it's this one. Hi, Satoru. How old are you?
18.
Which God do you believe in?
Like Jesus.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Okay, so I was gonna ask, are you more of like a logical guy? Like, you know how there's like INFJs and stuff, like those feelings? Like, are you
that's
more
all
of a
bullshit.
feeling type person? Okay, so are you like logical or like more feelings? I just want to know.
I have no idea what you're talking about. What's the best argument or evidence for a
Do you know
reason
what
to believe in a
logical
God?
means? No, this will help me debate.
Okay, so I don't give a fuck about this, Satoru. Do you want to discuss substance or no?
It's Satara. Yeah, okay.
Satara,
So-
I don't care. What is the reason to believe in a God?
Whoa. Okay, so look around you. Like, let's just say, like, would you believe me if I just told you your building existed? It just spawned there. Would you believe me?
So I'm just waiting for the argument or evidence, my guy.
This is the argument.
Oh, no, it sounds
I'll
like you're
give you
asking.
evidence.
It
I'll
sounds
give
like
you
you're
evidence
asking a
later.
question. A question is not an argument or evidence.
Yes, but it will help me start my
No, just
argument. This is a debate.
don't. We're not playing
Questions are in
games.
debates.
Yes, a debate is going to involve you giving an argument or
And
evidence,
involving
and then we can
questions, too.
debate the argument or evidence that you
Dude,
presented.
Dude, just ask the question.
No, I'm not. We're not doing 20 questions.
Okay, so the argument is that the world can't exist without a creator.
No, that's not an argument. That's the claim. What is the justification for that claim?
Yeah, which the claim of the argument.
No, that's. You're asking if I'm logical, and then you don't even know what an argument is. Come on, man. What is the argument that there has to be a creator?
That nothing can exist without one.
Yeah, what's the argument for that claim?
What? That's a stupid question.
No, it's not, you moron. That's the conclusion.
What's
You're
the
supposed
argument?
to give an argument
Because
for that
nothing can
conclusion.
just spawn from something.
Yeah, that's the
So
claim.
you believe in the Big Bang?
So do you have an argument or just incredulity?
Do you think something can exist without a creator?
Obviously.
Like your building doesn't exist without a creator.
Obviously, things can exist without having been created. What is the reason to think that the universe was created?
Nothing can exist without a creator.
Oh,
No, obviously.
Oh, sure. So your claim is that if something exists, it has a creator, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, okay, fantastic. So we'll just run an argument based on that. So you're going to say, if something exists, it has a creator. Okay, a creator. But we'll say, if God exists, he doesn't have a creator. Oh, but weird. Now we are in this weird position where
See,
we'd say
but
if God exists,
is above all
he
else.
does and doesn't have a creator. Oh my God, you committed yourself to a contradiction.
Okay.
And such a logical person like you knows that contradictions
He's
can't be
above
true.
all else.
So how do you get out of this contradiction you committed yourself to?
Because God is above all else and he's not something.
So how do you get out of this contradiction you committed yourself to?
I just told you. He's not a part of that something. If something, he's not a part of that. He's above it.
So he's not one of the
You know
things
how,
that
like,
exists.
unless you get into
So what you're
or something, but,
saying
like,
is that
one
God
above
is not
all.
among the
What is
set. God is not among the set of all things that exist.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means God doesn't exist. Thanks for the concession.
No.
Oh man, some people's kids. All right. All right. If you're in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, please make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. What was that? Everything has a creator. Okay. Oh. All right, if you are in the guest queue, or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Oh, shit. How old are you?
34.
Okay, what are the lightning bolts about?
Just lightning bolts, dude.
Mm-hmm. Why do you put the lightning bolts in your name?
It's just a group of us on TikTok. We've got it in our name. It's just
Yeah. Yep. A group of white supremacists. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, that lightning bolt shit is fucking yeah, a group of us. It's just a group of us. Yeah, if you get the double lightning bolts, that's pretty much all. And I actually wasn't going to bring that person up. I was trying to click on someone else, and then they dropped. And so by the time I actually hit the button, it brought that person up. Yeah, we don't platform racists here. That's definitely not the goal. There was somebody that I used to talk to here and there. Let him come up from time to time. And then I've had someone send me screenshots of that person making racist and transphobic comments in another person's stream. And guess what? That person never came up again. Well, I'm not going to play around with that bullshit. Yeah, obviously I don't know what I don't know, but if I do know, we're not doing it. Okay, so I currently don't have any serious people requesting. So if you are anti-Semitism is fine? No, it is absolutely not. And saying something like that catches you a block real fucking fast. Fucking piece of shit. I'm glad that my mods are on it too. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, there's a difference between being like anti-religion versus, you know, being a bigot or a racist. Those are very different things. I'm against the belief in a God. I'm not against, like, you know, races or cultures. Like, those are totally different things. I do not respect the beliefs, but that doesn't mean that the people get to be discriminated against or treated with bigotry. Abso-fucking-lutely not. Anyway, so I think I realized why TikTok has been mad at me, and it's because I keep talking about I probably won't leave it up long, but I keep talking about how do I show it? This right here. And I think TikTok doesn't like that I keep talking about that. And maybe it's this one too. But those are options if anybody wants to support. Yeah, we love the TikTok shop here. Obviously, everyone loves TikTok shop on this live. Yeah, I appreciate everybody for tapping. Oh, 69,000. Ayo. Just noticed how many likes we have. That's fucking awesome. Oh, thanks, Susan. But yeah, I definitely appreciate everybody supporting. Thank you all. I don't know. We have a lot of people here, like 250 people here, but nobody requesting currently. So if you are an adult, you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence for God, feel free to request up. I'd be happy to have the debate. Probably not going to bring up a person that was already up here earlier. Oh, thanks, Roger, for going to the site that must not be named. All right. All right. So maybe we can have a debate here. All right, Gecko, how old are you?
21.
Which God do you believe in?
I guess I would believe in more like the universe, I guess people have been saying.
Well, I believe that the universe exists. What God do you believe in?
Well, I was just joining because nobody else was joining, but I wanted to get some information out of you because I think you have some good points. Mainly, like, do you believe that God could be a product of the universe and then controlling material matter?
No, because if a God
it into something.
No, because the very definition of a God is that it's ultimate. And if it's ultimate, it can't be a product of... Well, okay, but if you give a definition like that for God, then we're just not talking about the same thing. But I appreciate you. Thank you for the support. I'm just looking for the debates. Why does this... It's like the third or fourth time that person's request, I bring them up and then they leave immediately. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. Hey, Amadeus is here. That's awesome. Yes, just a decent dude. That Elliot argument dude asks for you to dox yourself or he won't debate you. He did it to Monkey Boy and he did it to me too. What's wrong with bringing the same person up? Well, because if you didn't have anything the first time you were up here, then I have no reason to think that in the last hour you suddenly found an actual argument. He wants like personal information in order to debate. Like he wants like full legal name and stuff. I'm not really interested in like putting my name, all my personal information out there, because we've seen how we've seen how Christians love atheists, the type of love that Christians send to atheists. Oof. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. But yeah, he has nothing, right? Like he has absolutely nothing. The argument is like he claims that it's some like exhaustive trichotomy, but it's not. But yeah, currently don't have anyone requesting. Maybe we give this stream a reset, see if we can get back in the algorithm and actually get some an actual debate. That'd be nice. Oh, thanks, Amadeus. That's really flattering. My name is no, my legal name is not Ogar. Probably not on that one. I have said my name on stream before. My first name, at least. I think I even said my last initial. Jogar, basically. Thank you so much, people supporting. Thank you, Puff and J.O. and Darius. Thank you, Sandra Tyler. Flarf Blarf, appreciate the cow napping. That's always awesome. Thank you so much, Amadeus and Lou. And again, Flarf Blarf and Darius. Thank you, Perkins. Just a decent dude, Lou. Slice, really appreciate you. Thank you, Debbie22. Yeah, I think I am going to go ahead and... where does the name Ogar come from? Okay, genuinely... Okay, so Ogar is okay, who remembers MySpace? Anybody remember MySpace? When I made my MySpace page back in like, you know, whatever it was, 2004 or something, or 2005, I didn't want to put my legal name on that either. So I was like, oh, what am I going to call myself? And I just came up with Ogar. Oh, okay. Well, then you know what I'm talking about, Amadeus. So yes, Ogar came from me not wanting to put my real name on MySpace. So I made up Ogar. And then because I met a bunch of musicians through MySpace, and then that was like my whole life for 20 years. All my friends call me Ogar. So like, so genuinely, like, at work, they call me by my legal name, and then my parents and, you know, my family, they call me by my legal name, but all my friends call me Ogar. Like, that's just what everybody calls me. It's very, very few people in my life that don't call me Ogar. So like people act like it's like, is it my legal name? No, it's not the name on my driver's license, but it is my name. Like if you were my friend in real life, you would call me Ogar. Like that's just what everybody calls me. Wow, just a decent dude. I mean, I'm definitely not asking for anything like that. That's insanely generous of you. Hey, it works for me, Amadeus. I'm on board with that. That sounds fantastic. I legitimately have thought about changing my legal name to Ogar. I don't know what that means, Vitruvian. There was a comic strip character named Ogar? I did not know that. Oh, get off my lawn. Fair enough. Okay, so I am well, yeah, I know how that is. I have a very easy first name. But people fuck up my last name, which I think is a really simple last name, but it's uncommon, so people say it weird. Oh, Hagar, yeah, I've heard of Hagar. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and reset the live. I'm just going to hit a reset here. Hopefully everybody comes back. If not, I get it. There's other stuff to do, but hopefully I will see you back here momentarily. Yeah, exactly, Poopman Jones. I think it's time to do that. So I'll be back momentarily. Okay. I want to go for a little while longer, so I don't want to end quite yet. Oh, I didn't look at how many followers I've gotten on this stream. I'm going to check that. Damn. Oh, not very many. I was hoping it would be more than that. 45. That's pretty solid. It's pretty solid, I would say. No, I didn't want to do that. There we go. Ogar Polsky. What? Oh, Sandhound in Poland. Okay. There we go. Okay. First, indeed, sophisticated therapist. Okay. Oh well, I'm flattered that you chose to come back, Oppo. Thank you. All right, we'll do one of these. Hey, thanks, Bootman Jones. Yeah, I mean it gets a little clustered sometimes, therapist. It does indeed. Let me see. Oh, stupid fucking phone. Yeah, that's probably. Oh, okay. All right. So if you are 18 plus and you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence for God, feel free to request up. I would be happy to have the debate. We'll bring up this person. Hi, Minnie. How old are you? Okay. Fair enough. What? What in the world is happening? All right, if you're in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are 18 plus, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. Okay, never mind. Apparently that person didn't want to come up. I don't think you're first, Grace. Sorry.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
And what do I call you?
Yor.
Oh, I'm probably not going to be able to say that. I'll just call you User. What God do you believe in, User?
No. God isn't real.
I'm sorry?
God isn't real.
I agree. God isn't real.
So is your hair.
Oh, amazing. All right. If you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're 18 plus and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Oh. Hi, how old are you? Hello?
Yo.
Hi, how old are you? Hello?
Yo. My mic's texting over there. All right, I'm 18. I'm 18.
And which God do you believe in?
All right. So I got a question for you.
Which God do you believe in?
The morphological axiom space line Newton's third
Which
law,
God
truth
do you
theory
believe
of
in?
the dimensionality of the antagonist.
Okay. Well, thanks, Rob. It's very kind of you. Okay. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're 18 plus, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Hi, Ogre.
Hi, how old are you?
22.
All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. I think it was this one. Hi, Lacadian. How old are you?
This was a mistake. I'm sorry.
All right. Have a good one. I think it's this one. What's happening? Hello, Nick. How old are you? Hello? Hello? 3, 2, 1.
Can you morphologically prove this?
Okay. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Which God do you believe in?
Christian. I'm Christian.
And then what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Honestly, I am very, much questioning. I do have a question for you, if that's okay.
Okay.
My biggest thing is, God says in the Bible about how he made Earth and the galaxy and stuff like that. Can I ask what you think on that? Because it's still kind of confusing.
Well, I don't think that those things were made, right? I don't think that they, came into existence.
Right. Can I ask why you don't believe in God?
Because number one, because there's no reason to believe in a God, and number two, because there are lots of reasons to think it's not possible for a God to exist.
Yeah, there is, a lot of, there was, a thing about 3 old men writing the Bible and stuff like that. So I'm Christian, but I'm not. I'm, confused, if you know what I mean. Because I've been Christian for a long time, and I'm just questioning it.
Well, let me try to think what might be the best argument that I could run to give you. Okay, so here's an idea. Then if God, or excuse me, if Christianity is true, that would mean that God is the greatest possible being and that free will is one of the great making properties, right?
Right.
Okay. Would you agree that if God is the greatest possible being, that would mean he can't do evil?
Oh, he can definitely do evil, for sure.
But if he's the greatest possible being, would he be able to do evil? Because as far as I know, the greatest possible being is going to have the maximal quality or the maximal value of all great making properties, and being good is supposed to be a great making property. And so if he has the maximum value of goodness, that would mean that he wouldn't be able to do evil.
Yeah, that's completely true, because if somebody has free will, that means they get away with the consequences. But, there is some evil because, God says, if you believe in blasphemy, he will get punished for that. And that's what I'm scared of. That's why, I don't, that's what I'm scared of.
Well, are you scared, would you be too scared to draw a picture of Muhammad, the Islamic prophet?
I wouldn't mind.
Yeah, that wouldn't be scary to you, even though Muslims think that drawing the prophet can send you to hell, right?
Oh, wow.
Well, do you think that knowing that drawing Muhammad would mean that the Islamic religion says you're going to hell? Do you think that would stop you from drawing Muhammad? Because it certainly wouldn't stop me.
No, I think people would still do it anyway.
No, I'm asking about you.
Oh. Well, if I knew, I'm not Muslim, so I would say yeah.
Yeah, you would still be comfortable drawing it, even though their religion says it would send you to hell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that is how ex-Christians eventually come to feel about the Christian hell. It's scary when you...
That's weird.
Right. Because when you actually stop believing in it, and I'm not saying that you're faking anything or that you don't actually believe what you're saying.
Right.
I'm just saying that you're still in that space where you're questioning things, but you still kind of believe in a bunch of the stuff. And that's fine.
Right.
That's like a normal stage that people go through. But what I'm saying is that even if it's scary right now, it will stop being scary as you get more and more used to not basing your life around mythology.
Right, because I've grown up my whole life in a Christian household, So things have to be like, I'm not gonna lie, things are strict.
Sure.
Things are strict. And you know, sometimes, because I still go to church. My family, they're like, they tell me if I don't go to church, I'm going to hell, stuff like that. And that's not fun to hear, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why I'm questioning a lot, because I've been Christian for so long. But there's so many other religions that I already do that I can already go to hell and other gods.
Right. Well, and then here's another thing that I would say, and I should actually write this out. So I'm going to actually write it out while I'm saying this. So if I pause a bit, it's because I'm typing it out. So I think that either God is good or he's not good, right?
Right.
Okay. If God is good, then he won't punish people for being honest, right?
Right.
Right. So if God is good and you're honest in your doubts and you're honest in the way that you're thinking, then he wouldn't punish you, right? Because a good person doesn't punish someone for being honest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But what that means is that okay, so then that means that if God is actually a good God, you don't have to be scared, because if he's actually good, he will know, and he's all knowing like he's supposed to be, he will know that you were doubting and that you were falling away from the faith because you were honest, and he will know that if you actually found reason to go back to the faith and be stronger in it, that you would, right? That's true about you, isn't it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and so God would know that about you. So if he's good, he would never punish you for having honest doubts. But let's imagine the other. If God's not good, then can you trust someone that isn't good?
No, because what about the 7 deadly sins? What if you commit some 7 deadly sins, and you know what I mean?
Well, my concern is if God is not good, right? If God is a not good God, then I don't see any reason why we would trust when he says, do these things and you won't go to hell. It seems like he could still just send you to hell anyway, even though, like, so imagine that you go to church every time your parents...
Sunday.
Yeah, you go to church every Sunday, you teach Sunday school and to bring other children into the faith, and you go to all your church events, and then when you have your own career, you give 10% of all of your income or more to the church, and you are constantly basing your life around it, and then you die, and you go up to heaven, and you find out that there's a not good God there. Well, he could just send you to hell anyway. Why you have no reason to think that if he's an evil God, you have no reason to think that he's going to let you in just because you did the stuff he said you had to do. Because an evil person, it doesn't care that you followed through on your end; they're just not going to follow through on their end. So in my opinion, if God is good, there's nothing to worry about because he wouldn't punish you for having honest doubts. And if God is not good, well, it's not worth following through on the motions because there's no reason to think that he would give you the promised reward anyway.
Yeah, can I tell you about one of my church experiences when I was a kid? Which was...
I'm going to be honest with you, Haunted. I don't think I'm the right person to talk to about this. I deconverted.
That's completely fine.
I deconverted as a teenager, and it was like that. Like, I went from being Christian to not Christian in like 5 minutes. Mm-hmm. Just because the way my brain works. It just, as soon as I had doubts and I gave myself permission to actually think about whether I had reason to believe that Jesus was God, as soon as I gave myself permission to honestly think about it, I realized immediately that I didn't actually have reason to believe in it. I stopped believing in it, and then I never have been able to find a truthful path back to it. But what I'm going to recommend to you is, there's a lady on this app that goes by Leaving Faith. Her name is Sarah. She is fantastic. I've seen a lot of her conversations. She is an amazing person to talk to for people who are going through the types of things that you're going through. She's been in your shoes. She knows what that's like, and she's an exceedingly nice person, like one of the nicest people I've ever seen. So I recommend her. Another person his name is Justin. He goes by Deconstruction Zone. He spent a lot of his life in the church and deconstructed. He's extremely knowledgeable. So that's another good person that I think would be a good resource for you. And then there's an organization that's called Recovering from Religion. They're not going to pressure you. They're not going to force you to try to change your position or believe what they want you to believe, anything like that. They're genuinely just a resource for people who are struggling like you're struggling, who've had negative experiences. And they would be the kind of people that you would be able to tell your experiences to, and they wouldn't just give stupid answers like I would.
Well, thank you. You've been a really huge help, and I'll definitely look at this. So thank you so very much for your time.
Thank you for being honest and trusting me, with these questions. And I hope that you find a better resource than me and and get some good answers for you.
Oh, no problem. Have a good day.
All right. Take care of yourself. Take care. W for Haunted Miss. One of the things that I struggle with when I get those questions is genuinely, unfortunately, I am not the person for those conversations. It's really, really hard because I don't understand what that struggle is like. I didn't go through it, right? And I can't pretend that I did, Okay. All right. Oh, hey. Thanks, Oppo. That was fucking awesome. All right. If you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence for God. Also, just be aware, begging in the chat to get let up will get you skipped. Just so you know. All right. Hey, thanks, Dipster.
Hello?
Hey, how old are you?
14.
Yeah, that sounds about right. If not younger. Go away. Any mods that were watching able to block that child? Oh, I didn't even have to say anything. Ashley, you're the best. Thank you. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Oh, thanks, Bradley Cooper. You got there too. And that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. So we're going to go with this person who is not begging.
I'm trying
Hey, Tyrant,
Yo.
how old are you?
Yeah. I got a question.
Okay.
So how are you gonna review?
I'm pretty sure that you're a child. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult. That's an important part of this. Make sure you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Looks like the next person, oh, they're gone. Well, it would have been that person, but they're begging, and then that person is begging. So we'll go to this one. Hi, Wall. How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 35.
What God do you believe in?
I believe in the traditional God and the nature.
Okay. Well, like I said, I'm talking to people who believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Do you believe in one of those gods?
I don't believe in Jesus or whatever Muslim others. I don't believe in that. Yeah, but I believe there is a supreme power. Yeah, there is someone we can't both explain.
Do you believe that there's an immaterial ultimate mind that created and sustains the universe?
I believe there is a superior being.
Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in, yeah, I don't know. Oh, funny. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Did this person stop begging? Okay, and we'll bring him up.
Yo.
Hi, how old are you?
18.
And which God do you believe in?
You look like Kratos to be like touching kids.
All right, if you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Well, I mean, I will talk to people who believe in like a theistic God, as long as they can actually like, you know, explain what it is, right? I'm not going to talk to gibberators. I'm not going to talk to people who don't know what they believe. I'm not going to talk to people who think that the universe is God. Yeah. All right. Where are we at here? All right. If you are in the guest queue. Oh, before I bring up the next person, thanks everybody for the support. I won't mention it, but I do have, you know, my other, I stream on this other platform, and I also have the community building. Would appreciate anybody who wants to support or join. Also have, you know, ways to support me there if you're so inclined. Also, thank you very much to everybody who's supporting here on TikTok. Genuinely, for the people who are here watching, people tapping the screen, we've got 12,000 likes. The people sharing and commenting, I appreciate you. And of course, the people gifting. Thank you, Jay McHugh, Slice, Dipster. Thank you, Oppo, for the seal. Thank you so much, Dipster, for the hat and the Fruit Friends. It was fucking awesome. Thank you, Neurospicy Cat Lady, for supporting Haunted Mists. Thank you, Peacemonger and Peanut Butter Booty. That doesn't sound fun, but okay. Thank you for the support. Thank you, Molly. That's really generous. Thank you. For supporting. Thank you, Poopman Jones, for supporting Haunted Mists as well. Thank you to Mitch and Redheaded Stepchild. Thank you, Pokegarumi, and Mitch again. Thank you so much, His and Discordant Rhyme, Derby, thank you, Amadeus, as well, for your support. Just King, Derby, Lou, Peg the Patriarchy, thank you so much. Just love saying that name. And Lupine, massively appreciate you all. Thank you, Peacemonger, as well, for all the support. And I'm not sure how to say this correctly. Raus Verdun? I don't know. I probably fucked that up, but I do appreciate your support. And I apologize if I fucked it up. Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hello, how are you?
I believe you touch kids! Stop touching kids!
I don't know why. Why can't I drop them? I don't understand what the issue is. I also what? Oh, thank you. What does that do? Whatever. All right. So if you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God. Yeah, it won't let me do that, Martin. That's what I'm saying. That's why it's frustrating. Hi, Mega, how old are you?
Stop touching kids! Stop!
Again. Unbelievable. Thanks, Lupine. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hi, Bale, how old are you?
Nigger.
Yeah, that's about the level of discourse that I expect from theists. Yeah, thank you for blocking that racist piece of shit. Oh, we'll see if we can actually have a debate.
One question! Why don't you believe in God?
I don't understand why I can't. So frustrating. Yeah. Typical Christian love, unfortunately. Hello, Escape. How old are you?
Hey, dude. Yeah, I'm 32. How you doing? You okay?
Well, not really loving all the trolls, but it is what it is, I guess.
Yeah, it happens, dude. So if I can present my case, if you don't mind.
Which God do you believe in?
I believe in only one God, my friend.
I didn't ask how many gods you believe in. If you're not able to answer questions, then we're not going to be able to have a conversation. Which God do you believe in?
I thought the conversation was going to be about you believe in evolution, right?
Okay, so I'm going to ask one more time. If you're not able to actually engage, then I can't have a conversation with you. What God do you believe in?
Yeah, no problem, dude. I believe in Christ.
Okay. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Yeah, so I would say that if you look at the human biology, I think there's enough intricate details there to point towards a creator. What's your thoughts on that?
I think that you haven't said anything that means anything. I'm waiting to hear you provide some argument or some piece of evidence that would justify believing in a God.
Yeah, you have common sense, right? You have logic that's been given to you, correct?
Okay, so do you have an argument or evidence or no?
my argument is logical, dude. If you're not,
Yeah, I would
interested in
love
that,
to
no
hear.
problem.
I would love to hear a logical argument. I'm ready for it. Let's
Oh,
hear
okay,
it.
no problem. So the if you look at the human body and the design of it, that's my
Okay, so
argument.
this isn't how logical arguments work. You said you had a logical argument. I'm ready for the logical argument. Go ahead.
Okay, what do you not see about what I
Okay, so
presented as
you're asking a
illogical?
question now. So you still haven't gotten a logical argument. So I'll ask one last time. What is the logical argument that provides a reason to believe in a God?
Yeah, I mean, just look at the human body, dude. Where are your eyes? Are your eyes? Are your eyes?
What a logical argument. Just look at the eyes. It's so funny to me when people try to invoke stuff like logic and then clearly have no idea what the fuck they're talking about. Look at the eyes. Well, that's true, Ashley. 100%. The human body certainly is not perfect. Well, the quickest way to make sure that you don't get brought up is to beg to be let up in the comments. All right, if you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hello, how old are you? Yep, that's about what I expect. Oof. That's I don't know what to even do. You would think that that sounds like Fun Slice. Yeah, unfortunately, Trev, that is about as good as they get. Yeah, nobody has an argument, it seems. The best that they can do is, screaming slurs. All right, if you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Well, I was about to bring that person up and then they left. We got over 7,200 follows. That's fucking awesome. Well, I guarantee you, alien or bug or whatever the fuck your profile picture is, I will tell you right now, the more you beg in the chat, the longer it's going to take for me to bring you up. So yeah, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Oh yeah, so we're just going to get more of the yelling probably. Mackenzie, how old are you?
Hello, I'm 23. Sorry, I'm a little anxious right now. So that dude that was talking about eyes or trying
Which God do you believe in?
Jesus or the Christian God.
Okay.
But that dude that was trying to talk about eyes, I know what video he was talking about, and I'd like to try to explain what he was trying to, I guess. So, there was a Chinese scientist that was very curious about how eyes work, right? He's asking all kinds of scientists. He's like, okay, sorry, I'm a little anxious, so I might suck at wording this, but basically he's like, what makes the eye work? Like, who designed it? And
well, that's the
some
problem
dude
right
was
there.
like-
If you're asking a question like who designed the eye, then you're fucking up. And so it sounds like, excuse me, it sounds like he went into the investigation already believing that it had to have been designed. And then, of course, with confirmation bias, if that's what he's looking for, then that's what he's going to think that the evidence points to. The thing is, if you actually look into biologists and what they have to say about the eye, about any feature of our bodies or other animals' bodies or whatever, they can tell you pretty easily and pretty in depth how these things came about. Like, we know exactly how eyes form. In fact, we know that on this planet, eyes have evolved multiple times separately. I think it's at least 3 times, but it might be more than that. Let me look it up. How many times have eyes evolved? at least 40 to 65 times. We know that there are at least 40 different, I thought it was like 5 maybe. There are at least 40 different times that eyes have evolved independently of any other creature. That is like an enormous number of times that eyes have evolved. So like, yes, they're complex, but they're obviously like insanely beneficial to the creatures that have them. And every single step of their development is beneficial to the creatures that have them. And that's why they develop and they evolve independently so often.
I wish I could, like, just pull up the video, because I feel like I suck at explaining things. So, like, I totally get what you mean, like, evolution and stuff, but I guess what I was trying to go with it, where the video I was referencing was going with their questioning, they're like, oh, well, where did the design come from? They're like...
Yeah, those are the wrong questions to ask. Those questions assume that there was a designer, and no actual honest answer about, you know, the fact that there wasn't a designer is ever going to satisfy the people asking those questions. And so then when they get the real answers, they're going to pretend that, oh, nobody has an answer.
I feel like I'm just getting cut off. I'm not getting past this.
Yes, because what you're saying is you're showing the problem with the video that you watched, that it's biased.
You're not even letting me fully explain it. We keep getting stuck on this part.
Yeah, because you're explaining that the video had terrible methodology, and you should not trust the results of any inquiry that starts with terrible methodology.
Essentially, where the dude was going was, when he asked another scientist, the other scientist was, well, look at the things around you. Look at a car. It was designed by someone. Look at a computer. It was designed by someone.
Yeah, this is all bullshit.
Life is the only thing that we don't understand how it was created, where
Yes,
it was
we do.
designed.
Yes, we do. We know exactly how life came into existence. What are you talking
What
about?
sparked it? What sparked everything?
It's
to come
chemistry.
alive?
It's chemistry. If there's a video out there talking about this, then it's obviously made by people who, number one, have no idea what they're talking about, and number two, have no interest in knowing what they're talking about. Like, this is just obvious. Like, everyone who knows anything about biology, about evolutionary research, I mean, I'm a fucking moron. I don't know shit about biology, but even I know enough to know how, like, massive the amounts of evidence are for evolution. Like, it's like, I don't know. It just sounds like not only you, but also the previous person who wanted to talk about this and whoever was involved in making that video. It's just a whole bunch of people who don't know what they're talking about and won't listen to honest information about it. That's what I'm getting
No
out of
one
this.
discredits evolution. Obviously, things have evolved over time, like new ticks popping up out of nowhere, but where did it come from?
Chemistry. I
That's
just
the
explained that to
question.
you. Chemistry. It's chemistry. That's all it is.
So, chemistry just magically spawned and
No.
spawned everything?
No, you just need
Where
to
did
look
it
into
come from?
abiogenesis. It's, you know what? All right. If you're not actually going to listen, then there's no reason to ask questions. Like, don't ask questions if you're not going to listen to the answer that you get. Literally, life is just chemistry. That's it. If you want to know how life came into existence, just look up abiogenesis. We know how it works. Well, yeah, it's physics, but chemistry is physics. All right. Yeah, just another look at the eyes. Nobody discredits evolution. Yeah, definitely. No one's ever discredited evolution before. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Christ, for the support. Thank you, Rouse Verdon, and Peacemonger. Really appreciate everybody. Okay. Where are we at? If you're in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Hello.
How old are you?
Hi. Good evening, bro.
How old are you?
I'm 19.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in Allah.
Okay, and what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief?
Okay, bro. I'll ask you one simple question.
Just give me the argument or evidence. Now, you're not asking questions.
okay.
We're not doing questions. This isn't an interview.
Okay. Universe has been created. Agree?
Why would we think that the universe was created?
You just talk about chemistry. You believe about that it's built with chemistry or something?
Why would I think that the universe was created?
Because
Oh, because? Oh, I guess I never considered because.
Okay, Earth, same thing. How was the Earth created? You agree? Earth has been a creator, right?
You're just assuming these things. Why should I think Earth has a creator?
No, but not. It's not about God or chemistry or anything. It has been made by something, right?
Why should I believe that?
So the Earth is not real.
Are you ever like? Do you even have the physical capacity to answer questions?
Bro, it's a simple question.
Apparently not. I'll try one more time. Do you even have the capacity to answer a question?
Yeah, bro.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, that's exactly it.
Right there.
Yeah. You fucking piece of shit. God. Notice that's what the religious people do. That's exactly what it is. Oh, well, you won't let me run away. So, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Yeah. Hello, how old are you? I don't understand what you think you're accomplishing. And I don't understand why TikTok won't fucking let me draw people. So fucking annoying. Okay. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 33.
And which God do you believe in?
Man, I don't believe in any God.
Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hello, how old are you? How old are you?
49.
I can't hear you. Sounds like you're really far away from the phone.
I'm 49.
I'm going to need you to, I don't know, get closer to the microphone or something. Hello?
I'm 49.
Yeah, you sound like you're really far away from your phone. Can you get closer to your microphone?
No, I'm on a phone.
Okay. Yeah. This is rough. Is there anyone that isn't a troll that's requesting? Yeah, obviously not bringing that person up, obviously not bringing that person up. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Yo.
Oh, TikTok is so annoying.
Hello.
Yeah, go away, please. There we go. Just children and trolls and children trolls. Unbelievable. Okay. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God. Just know that asking in the chat to be led up is going to get you skipped.
Yo.
Hi, Ghost. How old are you?
The live froze.
What?
Hello?
How
the live
old?
froze. Hello?
How old are you?
18. 18.
And which God do you believe in?
Jesus Christ. And God himself.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
Nigga, you be sent to hell. You look like you fucking raped kid.
Yeah, that's about the best that they can do, unfortunately. Notice how not a single time that I've been in a debate, there's never been once where I've had to ever start screaming racial slurs and like insulting people and like insulting people's appearance and stuff. Yeah, no hate like Christian love, that's for sure. Yeah, that's 100% it, Emmy. They're never going to actually provide justification for their position. All right. Yeah, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God. We'll see if we have anybody serious that actually wants to have a conversation.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I am 20 years old.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in Allah, and I wanted to say, did you read the Quran?
What would you say is, I have not read the Quran, what would you say is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
Yes, my argument is if you read the Quran, you have to, first of all, you have to read the book to build an opinion.
I don't care what the book says until I have a reason to think that the God that it talks about exists. So I would need first a reason to think that that God exists. What's the reason to think that God exists?
For me, in the Quran,
no, we're not talking about the Quran. No, we're not talking about the Quran.
Quran is a proof that the God exists.
The Quran is the claim. What is the evidence that the Quran is correct about God existing specifically?
To prove that, you have to read it. If you don't read,
what is the reason? Okay, so I will ask. I'll ask one more time. If you can't actually engage with anything substantive, then I'll just move on. What is one reason to think that any God exists at all?
Yes, for me, in Quran, for example, there are scientific.
All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Just pointing to the book that claims that your God exists is not justification that your God exists. Just so you know. Okay.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
34.
Which God do you believe in? Hello?
Oh, sorry, it bugged out. I'm 34.
Which God do you believe in?
I don't practice a religion, but I believe in, like, one God.
Do you believe in, like, an ultimate immaterial mind that created and sustains the universe?
Yeah.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
So, for me, as someone who went up until they were like in their early 31, I think I was, and I never ever believed in any type of God.
Okay, I don't want to hear the
wasn't
story. I don't
raised
need.
by
I don't need the
religious-
story, Hennessy. I don't need the story. Just give me the reason to think that it's true
Alright.
that a God exists.
Because when you start to find out things, yeah, and people
Okay, tell me
ask
the
you
things.
questions
Tell me the
that make
reason
you-
to believe in a God.
Well,
I don't
if
want
you
these
let me
generalities.
get to it, then I'll fucking say it.
I don't want you to eventually get there. I need you to be there right now, giving the reason,
Listen, mate,
not talking
listen,
about getting there.
Listen, if you're just gonna, you wonder why people.
Okay. I just want to actually hear the argument or evidence. I don't need the story. I don't need the preamble. I don't need any of that stuff. If the reason that you have to believe in a God is real, like you actually have a reason, then you can just give the reason. Okay. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're in that you're 18 plus, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Yeah, I'm not ever going to let people talk that aren't on topic. That's it. It's never going to happen. If you are requesting and you come up here and then you don't just give the substantive information, like the evidence or the argument, then you're going to get interrupted every single time. Okay? Just so everyone's clear, that will happen every single time someone tries to do anything other than substance. Just let you know. All right. Hi, Lippy, how old are you? Hello? Hello? Fair enough. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God.
Oh, you're all mate.
Hi, how old are you?
Oh yeah, I'm old man. I'm about 50 odd years old. Old man, how you doing?
Doing just fine. What God do you believe in?
Oh, two seconds. Turn the volume up. Go on in. Mate, you know what? I don't believe in just one. Right.
Okay, so I'm
I'll
going
be
to ask you
straight.
again. I told you, I said specifically that you have to believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. Which one of those do you believe in, or do you not believe in one of them?
To be honest, I'm not sure, bro.
Okay. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're 18 plus, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Okay. If you don't know what you believe in, then there's definitely no way that we can debate it.
So I just want to make a quick statement, bro.
No, we're not doing quick statements. We're not.
Shut you balls, fuck. What the
Yeah.
fuck you talking, bitch? I'll fuck you up, bitch.
Yeah. I'm sure that you wish you could fuck me, but unfortunately you're never going to get that opportunity. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God.
Hello.
Hi, how old are you?
21.
And which
Can I
God?
not on your boda's head? Can not on your boda's head?
I don't understand
Can not on
why
your
you
boda's
think, like, what do you think you're doing? Like, what are you accomplishing? All right. Yeah, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, you believe in a God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God. Hi, Astro, how old are you?
Yo, you butt ass nigga, I'll really kill your ass.
Mm-hmm. Well, maybe eventually somebody will actually want to have a conversation.
Hello.
Hi, Crab. How old are you?
Old enough. I'm an adult.
Okay, no, if you can't answer questions, then we're not going to be able to have a conversation. I only asked 2 questions. It's not a lot. How old are you?
I'm 40.
Okay, same. I mean, there's no problem with being 40. Which God do you believe in?
The Christian one.
Fantastic. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
You're immature. Your life is really stupid.
Okay. And why would that make me believe in a God?
That's not the reason. The reason is because you didn't even give that lady who was 2 calls back even like 2 seconds to explain anything.
Yeah, because she
Just
did
cut her
exactly
off.
what you're doing, just crying. I'm actually looking for substance,
Am I
like a reason
crying?
to
Do I
believe in a
sound like
God. And you crying about like how mean I am or trying to tell
No,
me your
no,
life
no.
story isn't going to give a reason to believe in a God, so it's not relevant. What is relevant
Can't bait me
is
by telling
reasons
me
to
that I'm
believe in a
crying when
God.
I'm not crying.
Yeah. So you notice how you're crying about, I'm not crying, and you were so mean to that other lady who was off topic by telling her to
sound
be
like I'm
on
crying?
topic. So do you have anything of substance, or are you just another whiny little bitch?
No, the thing is, you're looking at it from the wrong.
Yeah, okay. Just another whiny little bitch. Got it. All right. If you are... Oh, I'm waiting right in here. Whiny little bitch. Okay. Alrighty. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hi, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And which God do you believe in?
In Jesus.
Okay. And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification to believe in a God?
That you're the son of Lucifer.
I don't believe in Lucifer. Why would I believe in Lucifer?
Because you sound just like him.
How do you know what Lucifer sounds like?
Like you.
Yeah, how do you know that Lucifer sounds like me?
He sounds like you. He looks like you.
How do you
He
know
acts
what
like
Lucifer
you.
sounds like and looks like and acts like?
Because it's all science.
Oh, yeah. What's the science that tells us what Lucifer sounds, looks, and acts like?
Because Jesus is the first one that created science, the word.
Wow. What an informative argument. Good times, huh? Me, the son of Lucifer. All right. If you are in the guest queue or if you're thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Let me check. No, that's not what I wanted. Damn. Too bad. Thank you for the support, everybody. Thank you, Rotten Mushroom. Thank you, Poopman Jones and DJ Randy, Doc Nancy, Slussie Baca. Really appreciate you guys for your support. Thank you. If I was frightened of getting a real answer, then I would be keeping the people on who gibberate and don't get the substance, right? The reason that I drop people is because I actually want to hear a substantive argument. Notice that if anyone actually provides a substantive argument, they don't get kicked and they don't get interrupted. I mean, maybe if you haven't been here long, you wouldn't know that, but I promise you that that's how it works. All right, doesn't seem like Mark is connecting. Oh, good times. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you are an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief.
Nobody's running, boys. Nobody's running, ladies. Sorry.
How old are you?
I am 40.
And which God do you believe in?
I believe in Jesus.
And what would you say is the best argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief?
All right. I hope you allow me to finish.
If you do shit like that, I will not.
All right. So DMT. Okay, DMT's in every living.
All right. Well, we're definitely not going to bring people up or keep people up that talk about illicit substances. Absolutely not. Immediately started talking about hallucinogens. This is rough, y'all. Yeah, we're on TikTok. I don't know if you were aware that this is actually TikTok. I do want substance, but I don't want people talking about illegal drugs that will get the live taken down. Yeah, I'm aware. I'm aware of what the compound is, Pirate Flag. But that doesn't mean that you can come up here and talk about illegal drugs that will get the live restricted. Unbelievable. Yeah, eventually maybe somebody will actually have something of substance to say that isn't a substance. All right. All right. Maybe this person is capable.
Yo.
Hi, how old are you?
Just turned 18.
What God do you believe in?
Stop raping Chinese babies, you big bold bastard.
What the fuck are, like, what a weird as fuck thing to say. Okay. And thanks, Bradley Cooper. All right. If you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hi, Jake, how old are you? That was weird. Hello. All right, fair enough. All right. Yeah, if you're in the guest queue or thinking about joining, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Hi, Lindsay, how old are you?
Yo, let me numb that fat ginger beard of yours, you fat
I
lard
don't understand
swamp
why
ass
people
nigga.
think that this is like doing something. Like, I don't know what you think you're accomplishing, but I promise you, you're not helping your case. You're not like making atheism look bad. Whatever. All right. Eventually, maybe somebody will actually want to have a debate. That would be interesting, huh? It'd be nice, a new experience.
Hi.
I am. How old are you?
Hi. I'll rape your arsehole. I'll rape your arsehole and shoot your mum in her sleep, little bro. You
Yeah, that
fucking
does
big
sound
old
like the
bastard.
kind of thing that a religious person would do to somebody just for not believing in their imaginary friend. Yeah, that's fair. No, I understand, Goat Man. It's just stupid. Yeah, obviously it's some kind of coordinated attack. I don't know why. I don't know how to... Frustrating. The thing about it is I do let people speak when they're on substance. It means I've made it. Yeah. Well, this is certainly not what any kind of made it that I have ever been interested in. But if you're in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Oh, well, don't actually have anybody. Well, I assume that this is another troll.
Yo, fat fucking Lord.
Yeah, that's about what I figured.
Beat the shit out of you, you fat
Yeah.
fag.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. I mean,
I'll really
obviously,
kill
this
you.
is really
I'll
making you
kill
look good. Yeah.
Really-
Obviously, this is
Yeah,
like a
yeah,
really good way for you
yeah.
to spend your night. I mean, obviously, like you have so much going on in your life that this is, this is how you spend your evening, going up on live on 20 different accounts. All right. All right. If you are in the guest queue or thinking about requesting, make sure that you're an adult, that you believe in the God of Christianity, Islam, or Judaism, and that you have some argument or evidence that will provide justification for your God belief. Yeah.
Yeah, hello.
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 32.
And which God do you believe in?
Jesus Christ.
Okay, and what would you say is the best argument or evidence that would provide justification to believe in a God?
I saw him.
How do you know that you saw Jesus?
I saw the devil and Jesus.
How do you know?
I know my eyes.
Yeah, how do you know that you're correct about what you saw?
I saw him with my eyes, with my own eyes.
I understand, and I grant that you had an experience, and that's your interpretation of the experience. I'm asking how you know that you're correctly interpreting the experience.
Just believe in God, man. I can speak good English, but I saw him.
Oh. All right. Well, I really did try. I really, really did try. I don't know what to do at this point. So I think that we're going to just go ahead and I'll just believe already. I'll work on that. I'll see if I can manage that tonight. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and call it for the evening. I was trying to see if we could even have one more debate, but hey, Bradley Cooper, can you see the guest queue and block the people in there, or can anybody? Because it's just more trolls in there. Okay, so thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Thank you, Aaron, for the roses, Lupine, and Mikey. Thank you, Rotten Mushroom, and Lem, and Mikey, and Dan Blackroyd. Thank you so much, everybody, for the support. Yeah, it's empty now. Yeah. Well, I really, really appreciate everybody. The last thing I always like to say before I end the stream is just that tomorrow is not guaranteed. So you don't know how many opportunities you have left to let your family and friends know how important they are to you. So make sure you take every one of those opportunities that you get.